Going to moderate the meeting. I am going to be the chair.
Y entonces Rob va a moderar esta reunión.
We have Jonas, who's going to be running
Jonas está realizando.
And Jonas is under the name of Solidarity Park with the image on your screen.
Con el nombre de Solidarity Park y la imagen del festival en la pantalla.
On, then send Jonas a message directly in.
Y cualquier problema técnico.
So, I'm going to now explain the order of the day.
Y ahora va a explicar cuál es el día de la reunión.
Two small introductions.
Vamos a tener dos pequeñas.
Two small introductions.
Porque había un pequeño problema técnico que es vuelve a repetir que hay dos.
An open. Then we have an open mic.
Abierto para poder discutir todas las cuestiones.
And then after that, with some questions, some of the questions, and a meeting.
Y finalmente, pues haremos una reunión.
Okay, I put in your thumbs up or.
Con los pulgares hacia arriba o pulgar hacia abajo si podéis escuchar bien la reunión.
Okay, you're hearing it better than I.
Entonces estáis escuchando mejor que
In not so good, but it will be better when we're talking in Catalan, I think.
Vale, allí en la reunión en Malgrat están, pero piensan que cuando empecemos a hablar en catalán va a ser más fácil.
The first one will be by Paco from Malgrat de Mar.
La de Malgrat de Mar.
He will explain where the project of the festival that we're trying to build.
Él va a explicar hacia el proyecto, el futuro del proyecto y sobre el festival.
And then the second speaker, also from Malgrat de Mar, who will talk about the schools projects and how we're developing that.
Y hablar a Sonia sobre cómo se está desarrollando. Sonia también es de Malgrat.
As I said, then where you can ask questions and where other people will give reports of what they're doing with the project where they are.
Y como decía, desde la que se podrán discutir esas cuestiones, hacer preguntas, también otras personas harán sobre realizando ellos en el proyecto.
Okay, so I thank you all for coming, and I passed you over who's going to make a small introduction about where the festival is.
Y ahora le va a pasar el micrófono a Paco, que va a explicar dónde va el proyecto.
Benvinguts i
Hello, good evening, and welcome everyone to the Solidarity Park Fest.
és aquest tipus de trobada tècnicament com a part. Intentaré ser lent perquè s'entengui tot el que diguis sigui el més...
This is the first time that we've tried this, and it's technically complex. Make sure that everything goes well and that you can hear me clearly and you can hear my translation.
Solidarity Park neix l'any 2017 amb la intenció de crear un estal de memòria cap als enfonsat davant de la costa de Malgrat.
This one in 2017 with the intention of building a monument in Malgrat. Brigadistas who died on board the Ciudad de Barcelona, a ship that was bringing them and other brigadistas to fight in the Civil War.
El projecte es va iniciar per aconseguir els diners per pagar la pedra i iniciar el monument.
The campaign got off the ground with a crowdfunding campaign in order to buy the stone which is needed to build the monument.
L'Ajuntament de Malgrat es va comprometre en cedir l'espai i poder fer les obres on poder instal·lar el monument.
Malgrat City Council agreed on where the monument will be put in place and to prepare that for the installation of the monument when the monument was ready.
El projecte, en els seus orígens, té tres objectius bàsics.
The project has had from the outset three basic goals or objectives.
Recuperar la memòria històrica,
to recover
la passió ciutadana mitjançant
develop community art and also to support the anti-fascist fight.
Durant aquests 4 anys hem aconseguit involucrar diferents de tot el món.
In the 4 years since we began, we've managed to involve a whole number of organizations linked to this area from all around the world.
L'Amical, l'Associació d'Amics de Catalunya, l'Associació d'Expressos de Barcelona, l'Ajuntament de Malgrat de Mar, diferents sindicats del Regne Unit, periodistes internacionals de gairebé tot el món, la Voz Ahogada, la Natural Comunicació.
I'll do my best to remember all those. To give you, they include associations in support of the international brigades, for example, and organizations, Amical de les Brigades Internacionals, the Friends of the International Brigades Association in Catalonia, associations of ex or former political prisoners of Francoism, Barcelona Provincial Council, the Catalan government, the Generalitat Malgrat City Council, and then a whole host of others that I don't have to read unless you pass me the list. Okay, yeah. As well as those, there was a number of trade unions from Britain, associations of international brigadistas in Switzerland, in Sweden and Scotland, La Voz Ahogada, which is a theatre company, and various others.
Hem portat el projecte al carrer, a diferents escoles d'Alemanya, Suècia i Catalunya.
We've taken a campaign out onto the streets and into schools in Catalonia, Germany and Sweden.
Avui us farem també el projecte
Present the educational project developed by Sonia.
2020 vam començar la pàgina d'aquest projecte.
2020, and we began to write a new page in this project.
Vam començar el Solidarity Park Fest. Per motius de la pandèmia, fins ara només l'hem pogut fer en format online.
We began to work to launch the Solidarity Park Fest. Unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, then in 2020, the events had to be held online.
El 2021 vam aconseguir la participació de més de 100 artistes locals i internacionals dels 5 continents.
In 2021, when again it was online, we managed to involve over 100 local artists from 5 continents around the world over the course of 8 hours in the online events.
Vam aconseguir que tinguéssim més de 1.000 visualitzacions.
And in those 8 hours, we had over 1,000 visualizations.
I ara ve el més important. L'any 2022 podrem
And now, the most important, in 2020, we're going to be able to inaugurate the monument to the Malgrat de Mar.
I ara sí, podrem fer un festival en format presencial.
And that means organize a face-to-face festival.
Agafeu paper i boli perquè ja tenim les dates per a aquest festival.
So, pen and paper, because now you can note down the dates for this festival.
28, 29 i 30 de maig.
The 27th, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th of May. If you haven't got that, we'll repeat it later.
Perquè aquest festival presencial sigui un èxit, necessitem de la vostra presència.
Because if this festival is to be the real success that we want, then it needs your participation, it needs your presence.
El dia 27 encara estem buscant algú de rellevància internacional dins de les arts, dins dels moviments antifeixistes i de la recuperació de la memòria històrica.
On the 27th, we will do the welcome. And in the present moment, we're actually looking for some leading people from the world of the arts, from the world of the anti-fascist movements and the historical memory to do the presentation.
El dia un tour històric pels escenaris del Ciutat de Barcelona a Malgrat de Mar.
On the 28th, we will organize a historical tour of sites around Malgrat de Mar, which are related to the ship Ciudad de Barcelona.
El dia 28 també farem un tour artístic amb artistes internacionals de tot el món situats per diferents espais emblemàtics de Malgrat, on hi haurà projectes de participació.
On the same day, on the 28th, there'll be an artistic tour with artists at different sites, different locations around Malgrat, with the opportunity for people to take part in community projects related to the campaign with those artists.
El dia 29, per fi, farem la inauguració del monument amb diferents actuacions.
And finally, on the 29th, we'll with performances by different artists.
Entre elles, una que ens fa especial il·lusió, la dels diferents cors que hauran treballat conjuntament un petit repertori de cançons.
And perhaps one of the ones that are most important and we're looking forward to most is the performance by a number of choirs who have cooperated, choirs from different towns, cities and countries who've cooperated to prepare a series, obviously related to the Ciudad de Barcelona and to fighting fascism, to perform that day.
De moment, tenim la presència de cors de Malgrat de Mar, de Pineda de Mar, de Croàcia, de Suècia, del País de Gales, de Nova York, de Grècia i de Barcelona.
So far, we have a number of choirs from different places. There's countries involved, which is a town near here. Also from countries, Croatia, Wales, and from New York, from Greece, and Barcelona, I think.
El dia 30 serà un dia especial perquè celebrar el 85è aniversari de l'enfonsament. I el dedicarem al recolliment de les...
The 30th will be a special day of the sinking Ciudad de Barcelona. In that day, the memory, the families of those victims.
Encara ens queden moltes activitats per organitzar. Per això necessitem de la vostra presència i de la vostra participació.
Still many things, many activities and events that need to be organized, but that's why we want your participation. That's why we want you to be here to take part in that and to help organize those.
A partir d'ara, obrim les portes, pugui apuntar-se i donar la seva visió d'un monument local cap a un festival internacional.
So now we're opening the doors, so to speak, to you, to anyone who wants to get involved, who's got a contribution to make towards a local monument, but developing that into an international festival.
Volem que aquest sigui un espai de trobada anual de totes les persones que compartim les arts comunitàries com a tal.
We want the festival to be an annual event, to be a meeting point between all of those who share the interest in community arts. Okay, as a motor, as a driving force for social transformation.
La recuperació de la memòria històrica perquè no es torni a repetir l'horror de les guerres feixistes ni aquí ni enlloc.
And for recovery of historical memory so that there are no more victories of fascism in Spain or any other place in the world.
També un espai d'unió internacionalista com a fre de l'extrema dreta i del feixisme arreu del món.
And could you repeat that?
La unió internacionalista
Okay, and also an international union
com a fre
as a break on the fascism and populism around the world.
Necessitem la vostra participació, tant presencial els dies del festival com econòmica per tirar endavant aquest projecte.
We need your participation, both in person at the festival, but also economically to help finance and fund the project.
El 28 de novembre d'aquest any farem una trobada per començar a fer un llistat. Vulguin venir a Malgrat.
On the 28th of November, we'll organize a meeting to start to build a list of all those individuals and groups who want to come to Malgrat next year.
Com esperem una participació multitudinària, heu de tenir en compte que això ens implica una organització logística.
Because we're expecting to get a big response and large numbers of people coming, then we hope you appreciate logistical operation for us.
Necessitem intentar dir-vos mitjans de transports per arribar fins a Malgrat, on podeu quedar-vos a dormir. I també la gent que participi
To do is to try and help with transport. Accommodations are going to come here, and for those who worked in the program.
és important. Podrem organitzar la vostra estada de Malgrat de la...
For anyone who's planning to tell us when you're going to, we can begin to plan.
Com deia l'Eduardo Galeano,
Uruguayan writer Eduardo Galeano said,
la utopía está en el horizonte. Camino a dos pasos. Entonces, ¿para qué sirve la utopía? Para eso. Sirve para caminar.
Utopia is on the horizon. If I walk 2 steps, the utopia steps further away. So what purpose does utopia serve? It serves to walk.
Som-hi. Vamos. Let's go to the utopia. Let's go to the horizon. Come to Malgrat.
I don't think that needs translation.
Thank you for everybody.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to pass the mic back over to Rob, who's getting...
We're now going to Iña Garango.
Muchas gracias, Paco, por esta introducción. Me gustaría presentar a Sonia.
Sonia was the first person I met when we started the project, about, if not 9.
Sonia es la primera persona a la que conocí cuando empecé el proyecto hace 8 o 9 años.
And she's going to talk about the very important side of our project, which is to do with education and the schools.
Y ella nos va a hablar de una parte del proyecto que es la parte educativa y sí, la parte educativa en las escuelas.
Okay, I pass you to Sonia.
Hola a todos, ¿se oye? ¿Sí? Hola, hablaré en castellano porque sé que algunas de las personas... ¿Sí? ¿Es igual? No, digo perquè... Sí? Vale, doncs així es parlo en català. Bé, jo us explicaré el projecte educatiu. Fa ja uns quants anys que vam iniciar primer de manera molt desorganitzada.
Started it a few years, if you like, in a rather disorganized way.
Alguns professors de l'Institut Escola pels alumnes sobre la ciutat de Barcelona.
from schools in Malgrat and Lloret thought it would be a good idea if we could organize some
La idea era que alumnes que eren de Malgrat, que eren canaris històrics de l'enfonsament, coneguessin 80 anys després que hagués passat, molts d'ells ni fets havien ocorregut tan a prop seu.
Both these sites were related to it was important that students in those towns who had an idea about the boat, the ship, should know something about it and about the events around it.
Però creant aquesta col·laboració amb altres professores d'altres del món, com la Lorraine Humans o la Colònia, vam que no només ens servirien per recordar, sinó que un fet local ens podia servir per una història que tenia un abast internacional.
But through contact with Lorraine, a teacher in Australia, and in Germany, we realized that explaining the story of a local history
I per això vam començar a crear un munt de debats i ara és que un dossier que vam crear amb diversos professors en col·laboració i professors de diversos països també pugui ser utilitzat ara no només per professors que han estat espanyols, sinó que també utilitzat per tots professors del món que vulguin col·laborar en el projecte i aquesta història als seus alumnes.
So what we've done, which includes all of these activities, because we felt that, and with this information, it would help teachers and students in all around the world to be able to take these examples, their own ideas and projects related to the Ciutat de Barcelona.
Ara us mostrarem una mica algunes de les activitats. Per exemple, podeu veure l'activitat si tirem una mica més. És un escape room que serviria per iniciar els alumnes a la de Barcelona. Que ha descobert que un altre Ron McDonald de l'any 37 havia enfonsat. Els que han de fer és buscar pistes, ajudar en el Ron McDonald actual a trobar quina va ser la història d'aquestes persones.
Okay, so this first example is based on an escape room, which students find there are two Robert McDonalds. Okay, and is try and find out about the brigadistas by first learning about the story, the monument, who's on my left.
Al final del joc troben una caixa plena de documents com aquest que veieu són documents, unes fotografies. Els alumnes han de reconstruir tota la història perquè els alumnes s'enganxen ràpidament a la història i després volen saber més. A més, cada caixa inclou la foto d'un dels brigadistes que després el joc haurà d'esbrinar.
At the end, what they find a box with photographs with articles which feature the brigadistas on the ship. Have to do is to find out more information. A group of students find out information about one of the brigadistas. And we found that this game works with a story, and they're very keen to find more information about this.
Esta individual, els hi donem accés des de dades com, per exemple, la de la Brigada Lincoln, la Universitat de Barcelona, i ells, a partir d'aquí, busquen tota aquesta informació i després poden gravar amb les històries dels brigadistes o podcast històries dels brigadistes.
With databases. For example, in America, there's a huge data. And what they do is to take information from there, and they use that to produce those podcasts or whatever they want to explain the life of the particular interested in.
A partir d'aquestes històries, un cop ell conegut que va ser el Ciutat de Barcelona i els brigadistes que hi anaven, es pot ampliar, no? Explicant què eren les brigades internacionals, què en pensen, si seria que repetís un movís, i a fer un paral·lelisme també amb temes de...
Once they've got personal examples of individuals, just the opportunity to broaden out into what they were doing, whether it's possible to have anything like this today, and to draw parallel the situation today with the populist movements, etc.
I una cosa de la matèria d'història, sinó que la idea és integrar matèries per treballar, que llavors s'integra, per exemple, l'anglès, perquè l'han de buscar o redactar en anglès, les llengües català i castellà, també fer una part de la feina, i visual i plàstica, perquè no oblidem que això també ha sigut Pretty Park, és un projecte.
As well, apart from history, ability of linking the project to other subjects, for example, is, lots of the information is in the brigadiers were from America, Britain, and languages English. Also, obviously, Catalan and Spanish is where we're talking. And also bringing in plastic arts, because obviously the main aim here is to... So that aspect.
Una altra de les que proposem, que és més encarada visual i plàstica, però que l'activitat històrica de buscar els brigadistes, és que un cop ells coneixen la història de Barcelona, han d'intentar dibuixar, i amb aquests dibuixos després uns grafitis que quedin en algun lloc de l'institut. La idea d'aquesta activitat la va tenir la Connie i és la primera que la va amb alumnes i van fer precisament els grafitis resultants a la fàbrica, un dels brigadistes del Ciutat de Barcelona. Aquí en les imatges, els dos primers grafitis que precisament d'aquests alumnes.
Okay, from Connie, a German teacher in Cologne, and she got the in graphics, like the ones that you can see on a screen, hopefully, or to be drawn in the schools where they study, or in the towns, and These were actually on the wall where later one of the international brigaders worked.
En grafitis que van fer alumnes de l'Institut Escola de Lloret. I més que, a més de ser gràfic, una de les idees, els alumnes tenen la possibilitat en Rob, que és el protagonista, un d'aquests dibuixos passi a formar part del monument. El monument té reproduïdes les finestres de bou i cada un d'aquests estarà esculpit amb un disseny algun alumne d'aquests instituts projecte. I això és una motivació pels estudiants per fer-ho el millor possible per poder tenir esculpit el dibuix.
You can see some examples from a school in Lloret de Mar, because I had an excellent idea, which was not just to leave students drawing or producing, but also producing designs for the monument. Because the idea on the monument of portholes, and on portholes, the idea is or to carve some of the lines, drawing ideas of the students. So for us, that makes the project even more inspirational and motivational.
A més, aquest any, una de les idees que tenim per al festival per fer una exposició oberta on amb fotografies de la ciutat de Barcelona, just davant del monument, pugui contemplar i pugui veure obres fetes pels estudiants.
Another idea for the festival in May, open exhibition on the beach next to the monument, where the students themselves or people who go there will be able to see the designs of the students.
Una altra possibilitat per fer, en vau veure ara a la pantalla, són aquests dibuixos agrupats que expliquen la història de la ciutat de Barcelona. Aquesta activitat la va fer la Lorraine Newmans amb les seves alumnes des d'Austràlia. I també una altra de les activitats que es va fer des de Visual explicar les històries dels brigadistes inserides en caixes amb que van fer els alumnes de Lloret. Són tot d'activitats que de moment estan recollides en aquest dossier.
Okay, so then another idea on the first set of pictures that have just gone past, you can see an idea from Lorraine, a teacher in Australia, who encouraged the students to print in small books. And I think they're on the website. Maybe? Yeah. And this example on the Solidarity Pot website. And these feature Australian volunteers for the brigades from Australia and New Zealand. Material that they got inside recycled boxes. In other words, is made from recycled materials. Again, developing important to students and linking it to this historical.
Aquest dossier no és un dossier acabat perquè la nostra idea és que sigui un dossier obert que pugui realitzar activitats que se'ls puguin ocórrer a molts altres arreu que a part en facin alguna o que creïn de noves. I la nostra nostra idea és poder compartir que siguin materials oberts, que tothom interessi se'ls pugui utilitzar i sobretot el que més és que els alumnes, a partir d'un ensenyament actiu, ajudar-los a la reflexió i a la connexió entre el passat i el nostre present.
The dossier is only an introduction. It's not a finished document by any means. It's open, obviously, to more ideas, more teachers, students. Teachers can copy the outline for their, so that we can all learn from each other and spread these. Who wants to take them? And there's another aspect as well, is we're not teaching students. We're not using all these activities to help them understand to think about it, reflect about they're studying and learning today.
I també el castellà i l'anglès, i que maquetar-lo una mica millor del que està ara. I doncs el puguem compartir i totes les escoles que estigueu interessades en fer-lo servir, doncs us podeu contactar amb nosaltres. Gràcies a tots.
Okay, so now planning to do to get translations into English, probably improve the layout a bit more, to improve it, to share the dossier with anyone who's interested in using it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sonia.
Muchas gracias, Sonia.
A few technical problems this end of the meeting.
Tenemos algunos problemas
directly to the people in this meeting.
Debido a los
Vicky, I don't think there's any Spanish speakers alone in the meeting. In the Zoom meeting.
¿Hay algún necesite traducción al castellano en la reunión de?
So I think Vicky. It's open for you to contributions or to tell us something about so hand up as two people have already done. Or you can write in the chat. I'm going to ask to come in from Wales, and she's one of the brigadistas of this. In one of the choirs. For her.
Translate into Catalan.
Yes, is that right? Or do you want to change? Okay, no, we're going to do that. Paco is going to take the headphones off Chris. Andy speaking single sentences for Paco. Can you unmute Wendy, please, John? You have to accept it, Wendy.
Clarified things about the dates that of the program. That would be a big.
I make the translation.
Sí.
Ha quedat molt clar tot el que he citat. Llavors ara farà unes preguntes.
So we're eager to participate, but we're carbon-free transport, and we've some ideas about how we can get.
Ella està parlant com poden arribar malgrat Sí, me ha hecho una pregunta. You can come to Malgrat on train. The to Barcelona. In the same can you can in Girona. It's more Barcelona. You can take a train directly to Malgrat. It's more or less in the same stations. Comes to Paris, Malgrat.
What is the total? How long do we have?
It's more or less to Paris to Barcelona in 6 hours, 6 or 8 hours, more or less. It's on 1 hour.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
has anybody else met Aya?
Hola, ¿me oís? Sí, ¿no? ¿Sí? ¿Rob?
Vale.
¿Sí?
Okay. Hi, Chris, hace la transacción para la reunión, ¿no? O para,
¿Sí? Dos o como veáis. Bueno, pues lo hace Chris. Vale. Bueno. Hola a todos. Me voy a estar ahí como parte del Weekly Team, pero estoy encargándome del festival del 24 de octubre. Chris. Hi, bueno.
I need the mic. What I want to do today is to talk to you about activities that we're organizing for Sunday, which is the 24th of
Entonces, al amical de las brigadas en Cataluña y en especial a Eduard Solidarity Park, que gracias a su apoyo hemos conseguido la financiación de la Diputación de Barcelona.
Era una mica ràpida, tot això. Pots fer-ho una mica més Ok, sí.
Vale. Thank you very much. Thank you, got the grant.
We've got a little bit of confusion. Mireia, you're going to translate.
No, I cannot.
Okay, Mireia.
And it's going to be fast.
Speaking English.
O yo puedo hablar los dos. Voy diciendo, ¿vale? Bueno.
Okay, go.
And special thanks to trust on our projects, because thanks to them, we semana que viene, el 20 de octubre, vamos a tener un festival. So we were talking before about the festival in at first. We have next week on Sunday a physical festival, the 21, here in Barcelona. En este festival vamos a tener coros internacionales, pero en streaming, ¿no? In this festival of next have music, international choirs, but on streaming, of course. Vamos a tener la obra de teatro Una nueva teoría de las brigadas internacionales. We are gonna watch the teoría de las brigadas internacionales. Is a play talking about the international brigades. Y también vamos a proyectar un vídeo de unos 5 minutos sobre el proyecto. We are gonna the Solidarity Park Project. Así a asistir al evento en Sants, en el Teatro de Casinet de 7 de la tarde. So we encourage all the people who are here in Catalonia, in Barcelona, to come to this first physical festival part. It's going to be on Sunday in Barcelona from 8:30, more or less, in Sants. Para todos aquellos que queráis reservar entradas, hemos puesto ¿no? un email que lo podemos poner ahora también en el chat para reservar. Who wants to book the ticket for next Sunday? Rob sent. Y nada, esta va a ser un primer festival físico en este 2021, cómo funciona, y con muchas ganas de el año que viene pues poder hacer esta obra de Malgrat de Mar, que era la idea, hacer la nueva primavera, invitar también a otras compañías profesionales a ver cortometrajes también de la mía y poder ver otras manifestaciones artísticas en este fantástico arte. For the next time is the first. This is a good moment, this festival, to prepare the next year, the big and also next year we really want to do this theater play about international brigades in Malgrat. That it was also we want to invite two other professional theater companies to play there, and all international brigades about this topic. We invite people to the information and other artists. A lot of artists from different disciplines in this in Malgrat. Y nada. Bueno, gracias a todos.
Thank you, Mireia. think it's better that people speak in one sentence. I think Paco did very well. Okay, is there anybody else who has any questions or any ideas or anything they want to say to the meeting? Ah, okay, Kim, Aki. So we have a question from Kim, who's from here.
No, la pregunta és, suposo que per la Sònia.
The question is for Sonia.
Tenir aquest dossier fet per poder treballar. Com ho fa? Si contactem directament amb la Sònia o Solidarity Park o com es fa?
Some school wants this dossier, give this dossier.
Okay, Sonia's going to answer the question, and we will.
In Malgrat this dossier by the educational.
Amb la majoria d'aquestes escoles ja estem treballant alguna cosa al març.
With these schools, we are working to will do.
I per la resta d'escoles, la idea que tenim és que el dossier està a la pàgina del Solidarity Park.
With another school website of Solidarity Park.
I que els propis se'l puguin descarregar de manera gratuïta.
On the dossier, they can download this dossier free from this website.
I també presentarem el dossier
And present
treball
we
que integra professors
we have a teachers team from all Catalonia.
coordinat pel Mundial Democràtic pel Departament d'Educació.
It's coordinated by Memory and Education Department of the Generalitat de Catalunya.
I en aquest grup ens trobem professors que treballen
On this team, the teachers that are working memorial and other questions about the recuperation of the
materials i així que puguin el que es treballa en un lloc, no? Doncs pugui arribar.
they are doing periodical meetings compartiendo sharing different about this civil war and memory.
Serà un bon lloc, no?, per difondre, perquè estem en grups de profes que, per exemple, estan treballant a les ciutats internacionals.
And they think that they are in it's a good team because they're different places in Catalonia, like Tarragona. This is interesting because in this they are sharing nations because the example of Tarragona, they have a very big on the international brigades we're in, and sharing all this info in all these teachers' teams. Thank you.
Bruno wants to, who's from a choir in France. Chris, can you unmute him? What?
Actually, are you hearing me? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
No sé si parla catalán, hablar español, or speak English. Perhaps English would be better.
I can't hear.
To Spanish or Catalan next. I'm Bruno Luz. So I have a choir here. We sing a lot of songs from the Spanish Republic. But yes, sorry. O puedo traducir, no importa.
Ya lo hago yo, porque si no nos liamos.
Dale, dale.
Té un cor a Toulouse on tenen diferents cançons de la República i de la Guerra Civil.
Yes. So we have a special link in Toulouse with the Guerra Civil, the Retirada. So years in Barcelona, that's why I speak Catalan and Spanish.
Ella ha viscut 10 anys a Barcelona, per això es parla.
I settled in Toulouse. I run a choir and we sing songs from around the world. Cantos de lucha.
Fan cants de lluita.
Through Edna, who came last year, I think, and so when I heard about the project, it was like amazing. I write it down. Oh, I'm sorry. I think let's write it down for everybody. And so we would be in Malgrat de Mar in
maig i per aquesta trobada.
Or actually, it's not Wales. It would be easier for us to come over.
Està al costat de la Pines com a Gales, no?
It would be really. That's it. So I'm participating and I hope we can have news to give to all of you.
Gràcies a tothom. Estarà encantat de participar.
Thank you very much, Bruno. Hear you with the project. Is anybody else who wants to ask? Anybody here? I don't see anybody here. One question.
Well, here it's in Magrat a little debate about who are if we have all these brigades located and the names and all the office about these international brigades who at all, but doing this job now. For explain to everybody. 170 brigades into the ship. And the survivors. Of most of them, we have the residents. Most of them, we have the jobs are working in their countries and sorry, els treballs i militants and their biography. It's a hard task to recuperate this because we don't have a list from these members of that members who are inside the Barcelona, the Ciutat de Barcelona ships, this kind of list in that moment. They travel clandestines. We have to congratulations with to historians from all over the world that they are recuperating these dates. Sonia contact with Alan Gorren in the 75 anniversary de Mar, and it begins a hard work. Now we are happy because we recuperated a big volume of information from a lot of countries, not only from United States and England. All these histories are aggruppating in a book. Sonia wrote a book with a Catalan. It's Catalan. It's in a Catalan editorial, in all these names and biographies in a book. The name of this book is Aigües de l'Oblit. It's Forgotten Waters, because from 18 years this memory has don't recuperate in Malgrat de Mar. It's loose on the Yes, thank you. I don't know relation are very good because I'm not English speaker, I'm Catalan speaker.
You ready for? See anybody else with any more questions? So I'll say some things. Okay, there are some small things that I would like to say to the meeting, maybe to meeting unless there's other questions afterwards. Firstly, is asked a question in the chat. What are the opportunities for street singing and sharing songs? I had a meeting Thursday with the local, and we talked about different things that would happen in the festival. And at the moment, we have three central ideas that we want to do with the choirs. The first idea, there will be like a theatre production spectacular, where a concert, where the choirs will be part of a theatre production. The others, when we have the inauguration of the monument, we will get all the choirs to sing together to finish with the Internationale. And the other idea that we've been to have choirs in different places over the weekend at different times on the street corners singing songs. So there'll be a tour of Margrat where you'll look, okay, it's 8 o'clock, let's go and listen to the Croatian choir. Okay, it's 9 o'clock at the church, let's go listen. Okay, it's 10 o'clock, let's go listen to a songwriter in somewhere. Because we want this contact people to be close. There's still open space for those ideas. The main ideas at the moment. Then we are going to always on the 28th of November, the next meeting like this. We'll talk more. Ideas will be developed further, but also seven, 8 or 9 choirs now who are interested in being here. Them separately to discuss choosing songs, singing together, and maybe doing action. That we have started a raising £10,000 before. Yeah.
10,000 euros. I abans del Nadal 10.000 euros per treballar. Aquí 750 euros en 2 dies.
And we have our fund raised £1,800 in May. But we still have a lot of reach our minimum target of 3,000. But I think we can smash this target. And then we're going to have money to help the choirs come. Is the finance. We'll have a Zoom account that maybe has Solidarity Park is created by people volunteering. Okay. So if we're serious about building a the other thing to talk about, we have to divide the work into. We have groups of translators. We have groups of choirs to build, because we want to build this project from the bottom up. Tell people or pay big money for big artists. Because the best way that we can remember the International Brigadistas is by building a movement and get it ourselves. Final thing I want to say is about the statue. It's been a long journey to get the monument built. And it's going to start. The architect and he said the contractor who's building the base wants to start on Monday. There. So I'm not sure it's going to start on Monday. But the point is, it's imminent. Okay, so I think that's all the things that I wanted to say. Is there any other questions or points that anybody wants to raise at this moment? Wendy had a question. Where is it? Can we? Yes.
Una assemblea galesa, com imagino del catalán.
Association, which is connected to the, I think, to the International Brigadistas as well.
Sorry,
There is a Welsh Catalan Association which is connected to the International Brigadistas.
Hi ha una connexió catalana-galesa amb els brigadistes que van venir de Gales. Ja existeix.
But one question is important for another reason,
Aquesta pregunta és important per una altra raó.
because we have to link up all individuals, all anti-fascists, all associations to come under the tent of this project.
Que establir llaços amb totes les persones a nivell global per continuar amb aquesta lluita contra l'antifeixisme.
Because there this project can go.
Perquè aquest límit no, perquè aquest projecte no té límit.
Or whether you
Puguem anar i tirar endavant.
we're all organizing what we can, but everybody to develop it.
Tenim espai i tenim de crear un espai per tothom i on tothom pugui participar i se sentir partícip del projecte.
There was another little question which I don't think I answered,
Altra petita pregunta
and that was about accommodation here.
és sobre com es poden ubicar per dormir en aquí a Malgrat.
And we are different types of places that people can stay in.
Estem buscant la possibilitats de trobar lloc d'acomodament a aquesta
You know,
de vacances,
camping, and we're going to ask for them to reduction.
a veure si podem aconseguir un
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody here, it's very interesting thing that in the rural countries we have the accommodation particular houses. It's another possibility to explore.
Yeah, so to rent a big house in the countryside, I think is the. But anything else wants to ask? If not, I will remind you, we have now the first newsletter, which I put at the top of the chat.
Hem posat el primer newsletter, està en el xat del Zoom. Els que esteu aquí presencials,
And we have it print and Spanish.
està traduït al català i al castellà.
It will be on all our social media after this meeting.
Estaran totes les xarxes de solidaritat.
Events that we've got coming up on the 24th and on the 30th.
Recordeu venir a l'esdeveniment de l'octubre i en el 30 de maig.
For the international people, the 30th, we will be doing an online production on the 24th.
En el 20 de com fer la producció online.
And finally,
Si us plau,
and then the last thing, 28th of November, we will have anything about the project.
no us explico el 28.
This meeting on the 28th, the technical meeting about how you're coming,
Exclusivament per solucionar qüestions de com podeu arribar a Malgrat,
etc., etc.
com podeu pagar per aquí.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody happy here in Malgrat?
De Malgrat està contenta?
Did he say see? Everybody happy online? Okay, then we will finish the meeting. Thank you for Jonas, who's been excellent with the technical.
They are our host here in
And we're going to finish now because we're going to have a party. And we'll send you some pictures. And you'll see how much we can enjoy ourselves. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Solidarity to you all.